Des from Aro-Tarot. Different hat, because my brother called dibs on shower. So, can't take a shower before filming this, because I want to open it now. So hopefully the camera doesn't die on me. Please don't die on me, camera. Anyway, like, you can't tell from the title, it's an unboxing. And this is a deck that me and my mom backed. Well, she backed it. On which was it Kickstarter or Indiegogo? I believe this one was on Kickstarter, if I remember correctly. We sometimes we just back them. No. We backed this one like a bit ago, and I was the one that told Mom, and she was like, "That's cute." So the New Horizon Tarot, which I have it over here out of the box, since, like I said, Mom got a deck for her too. But I have the pieces here. The New Horizon Tarot is based around the game Overwatch. So all the characters and stuff in it are from Overwatch. And if you don't know what Overwatch is, it's a game by Blizzard. And it's got these really cool, like, there's so many different, like, characters, and they have cool backstories. Like, honestly, I love, like, the characters and lore of the game, and I still follow, like, Overwatch blogs on Tumblr. I myself, oh, I'm turning my computer on to get some more light, and literally I forgot to turn the screens on. I don't play the game much, although sometimes I try to get Mom to just jump on and just fight robots with me, and that's because I'm just really bad at shooter games. Especially since when they're, like, fast-paced, like, players versus players kind of shooting game, which that's what it is, I literally can't off the top of my head remember the actual style of game that it's called. Like, knowing me, I don't know if I'd ever, like, make, like, those kind of games, so who knows, maybe I'll know, because in the future I'll work on a game like that, but I'm not very good at it, and I know Overwatch can get really competitive, so it's a case of, I don't want people to be like, oh, you're shit, you know, so, yeah, that's why I don't really play much, but I do really like the characters and stuff in Overwatch. May is so fucking cute, but anyway, so that's what this whole deck's based around. So, like, here, for instance, this is the guidebook. And the characters on this, these are obviously from what I would think, the two boys in the first cinematic that announced the game. Okay, is this, like, for every card? Okay, so every card has about a paragraph per. So, for instance, the Fool says, new beginnings. The Fool is about enthusiastically beginning a new journey, unaware of the trials that await the subject. Orissa and Effie are excited to begin their journey as heroes, even though they don't yet know what's awaiting for them. And upright, the Fool is about optimism, passion, and spontaneity, necessary to start a venture. Reverse is the Fool warns of impulsiveness, excessive risk-taking, and naivety. So it actually does mention the characters, like, Moira is the magician, so experience. The magician has mastered the lessons of all four suits to teach. Her experiences give her the ability to make deliberate, calculated decisions. Moira's research has given her invaluable, if dangerous, knowledge. So it does actually point who is who, which is cool. And then towards the back book, and then actually that's cool too. So for each suit, there is a little oh, instead of, like, coins or pentacles, they're called credits. In reference to the game. So you have cups, swords, credits. Where's the fire suit? And guns. Guns or wands. So for guns, it says element of fire, action, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the minors are given just as much love as the majors do. So cups, element of water, emotion, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So for instance, 2 of cups, which is harmony. The meeting of 2 kindred spirits, partners in crime like Junkrat and Roadhog. A chance intersection which may or may not lead to the formation of a long-lasting friendship, but offers solace to both individuals. Upright, this card talks about the opportunity for a yearned-for relationship. May also speak about existing relationships growing stronger, or perhaps indicate an impending marriage or pregnancy. Reverse, this card may indicate instant dislike upon meeting someone, or a failure to pursue a potential relationship. Honestly, that is such a cool Two of Cups card. Because they are such partners in crime. And then, of course, like Swords would be community as its keyword with air. Credits is wealth. And then at the back, you get every single artist that made an image, because this is a deck where every single card was made by a different artist, which I have no issues with because literally I love the Cosmos Tarot, and that's exactly how it is. And then the mob team, who were the ones that curator, admin, writer, art director, box artist, card back and frames artist, aces artist. So they're the mod team. And then there's just a page for you to write your notes. So this is like a nice little guidebook. If I remember correctly, I think the guidebook was included because I'm trying to remember if the guidebook was one of the perks. I know the next item, this was a perk. So it had to get up a certain amount for it to include this one, and it did. Guidebook might have been the first perk. I can't remember. And it also came with, this is really cool, came with a Celtic Cross tarot spread, which is pretty cool. And it's that more flimsy, smooth material. So it'll crease, although most fabric will crease. I mean, it's already creased. I can just iron this just on really low setting. Yeah, and then it's got the logo, which I have it upside down. It's got the, no wait, I have it upside down and backwards. And there's the logo. Yeah, that's cool. Not every deck comes with its own little tarot cloth. And I don't think I've actually ever used the Celtic Cross in a reading. But now, since this deck and literally the last deck I got two cloths that literally have the Celtic Cross on it. You know, I'm not even going to put it back in the bag. Okay, so now the deck. So, here's the box. I still have to open it. Which, I can't remember. I think all the glitziness that is the box was eventually a perk. I wasn't keeping track of the perks because, like, I didn't even think that I was going to be, that Mom was going to back it, like, and then she was going to get me a copy. Because, like, I was like, I don't have any money, Mom, I can't back it. And Mom's like, oh, I already backed your copy, too. And I was like, oh, okay, then. And Mom is the one that always gets the emails, so, because it was her account we were using. On the back of the box, though, it says, New Horizon Tarot is the passion project of 90 artists and writers brought together by our mutual love for Overwatch. This full tarot deck serves as both a beautiful created set of art cards and as a divination tool for those who practice tarot. It is our sincerest wish that the images of hope and heroes in this deck will inspire and lift your heart when you most need it. The world could always use more heroes. Love it. So I'm going to try opening this. Okay, I'll get my scissors out. I have scissors just right in my washi bag. Deck's bag of washi tape has scissors. The plastic wrap's like really like so close to the box. And then like the box itself is like just a more snug one. It's a matter of trying to not cut. There we go. I got a hole in it. And I didn't cut the box, so that's an accomplishment. Why am I randomly doing a tune while I'm talking? I don't know. Plastic, get off my hand. Okay, so, ooh, this actually feels so nice. It's, I don't know how to describe this. I would say it kind of feels like, did you ever go and you're like at a bookstore and you pick up those like matte books that kind of feel soft, almost like velvety? that's what this box feels like. It's like a soft, velvety, like, book texture. Oh. Okay, so I'll show the sides. So you have this design, and there's the Overwatch logo. But yeah, like, oh, this is a nice-ass box. Now if I can get it open. It's mostly just snug on the one side, it seems. Okay. Ooh, that's a snug box. Oh my god, this is so cute. It's so cute. Okay, so I was just smelling it. It smells like new. It kind of makes me think of, like, literally, I don't know why, but it's like that smell of, like, you're a kid and you just got back from Toys R Us with, like, a new present. Camera died on me. Of course it did. But I'm back. I just scrolled through Tumblr and talked to pass the time. Yeah, I was saying the scent kind of makes me think of, you go to, like, someplace like Toys R Us or something, and then you come home with, like, a new toy, and it's like, you open the package, and it's that new, like, product smell. I don't know, it just was like, yes. Okay, so the inside of the box on, so the inside of the box in the top part is, wait, let me see if I can get some light in here just by opening some internet tabs, since my monitor's over right here anyway. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, you can kind of see it a bit better. You have the two brothers that are in the opening cinematic, and the one is pulling a card, doing a reading for the younger brother. And then, if you look here, which is also on the other side, it's the world could always use more heroes. Which is amazing. It's been so long since I've seen this cinematic. Sorry, notification. If I remember correctly, Tracer says that at the end. And then the bottom of the box says, someone has to do something, we have to do something, we can make a difference again, the world needs us now, more than ever, are you with me? Now I have the cards, which are gilded in silver. Which I bet my mom was happy about, since she likes silver. She likes silver gilding. She does not like gold, but she loves silver. Okay, so the majors are not numbered. That's okay, because I know the order. So, I'm not going to remember every single name, possibly, but the ones that I have the book here, so I guess there's that. Because I know Orissa and then it was Effie are for the Fool. Like I said, I don't really play, so I just see the characters, and I usually see some characters more than the other ones. So we have Mora, who I see a lot because there's the whole hot. So I see her a lot. We have Zenyatta as the High Priestess, which is really cool. Can I just say, like, literally, like, the magician, like, is a girl. Zenyatta is a guy. Well, Zenyatta's a robot, but he's, you know, always masculine pronouns. And just, that's really cool. Like, that's how I am when I made my one deck, and possibly any others in the future. Keeping, like, the traditional titles, but, like, kind of fuck it with the whole, oh, well, it doesn't, like, literally, we can have Zenyatta be here, we could have that. Like, it makes sense, because, if you can't tell, Zenyatta is literally a robotic monk. We have Mercy as the Empress, which that's a beautiful card. I could literally just read the book, so I don't actually have to, or look at the camera. I have scissors kind of blocking the way. Doomfist? It's been so long. Well, I can't remember his name because of the gauntlet, but it's, Akonde. But it's, what, oh shit. I think it's Doomfist. He is well, before they made it so there wasn't like there used to be an offense and defense, but they've since gotten rid of that. But he still came in when it was the whole offense, defense, so I didn't really like playing the offense heroes whenever I would just play by myself against robots with robots. It is Doomfist. Okay, I was right. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Doomfist, but that also sounds like it could be a World of Warcraft character. So, it's the Emperor. It's just so much easier to actually just look down and read up. It looks like Bridget, but I know it's pronounced differently. Bridget? I cannot actually remember the actual pronunciation. Most people I know say Bridget, but it's not actually pronounced Bridget. So we have two. Oh, that is so cute. We have Tracer and it's Lena. So it's Emily and Lena. I couldn't remember her girlfriend's name. But we have those two together, which, like, honestly, I freaking love this as the lovers, though, because, like, usually I don't like seeing, like, the lovers as, like, a romantic attraction kind of thing, but, like, it's cool. Oh, and the book actually says the lovers about two balanced forces coming together. It's about a relationship, not necessarily a romantic relationship, but one where both parties need each other. Two entities that together can become more than the sum of their parts. Emily and Nana need each other and complement each other beautifully. Which, I love that description for the lovers. But, like, Tracer, like, literally, it was a Christmas comic, if I remember, where, like, she was with her girlfriend, and it was, like, girlfriend, she's gay, and so it's the whole, the gay everyone needed and everyone deserves. Oh, I was like, I couldn't tell what the image was for a second. So I see Doomfist is in this one again. It's for the Payload. So, yeah, so in the game, one of the kinds of systems you can play is transporting the payload. If you're basically like offense, or the other team could get the other team to like not transport the payload. So you have some kind of object on top of a floating thing, and whenever you're by it and like no one else is, basically your team and the enemy team is not by it, it'll move forward and you have, well, no, I think it still does move. Does it still move? Can't remember. I think the enemy has to be in a certain proximity. It's been a while. But basically, like, you want to get it so it can move clear across to the other end of the map, and you have a time limit to do it by. And if you get to a certain point, you reach a check mark, and then your time goes up to a certain amount. So you have a certain amount of time to reach a checkpoint. But that's what that card is for, which makes sense for the Chariot. For Strength, oh shit, I know his name. Yeah, Reinhardt. I also didn't like playing tanks, so the cards are slipping. Oh, Soldier 76 as the Hermit, which makes complete sense. Ooh, this is a really nice Wheel of Fortune card. So these are the dragons for the brothers for Hanzo and Genji. Which I want to read. I want to read this one. So the Wheel of Fortune is about forces in the universe that we cannot truly control. What some call luck, others may call fate. Whether or not it is merely a myth, the story of the Shimada dragons does seem to play an important role in the lives of Hanzo and Genji, almost as though it was preordained. There is wisdom in viewing the history of the world as a spiral, events repeating themselves in slightly different positions, an eternal cycle of life and death. That makes sense. With like the backstories and stuff, there is the Shimada dragons, which have a story, and Genji and Hanzo are also brothers. They're Shimada brothers, and their story basically mirrors the story of the dragons from myth. So, Is it fate? Of course, for justice, we have... I always remember her mom's name. Farah. It's Farah, yeah. Anna is her mother. I usually, I think, see more about Anna than Farah. I didn't really like her style of play, so I never really played her. I did actually try playing her mom, though, Anna. Ooh, for the Hangman, we have Widowmaker, who I really like, and I would like playing as, but I'm not the fastest sniper, so... For death, we have Genji, which makes sense because, literally, like I said with the Shimada brothers, Hanzo he thought killed his brother, but his brother did not actually die. And everything that he's worn, he's basically like a cyborg now. So, makes sense for death. And he actually is a student of Zenyatta, so. Ooh. Now this is a really cool balance. This is a Winston, which you can see very much calm here, but then enraged down below, which that's his ultimate is becoming enraged. He is, if you can't tell, a gorilla. In the world, they were doing studies on the moon using gorillas as the test subjects, so the humans all got killed on the moon, so the moon is populated and controlled by intelligent... It's basically Planet of the Apes up there. Oh, so for the devil, we have Hanzo and Genji beforehand. So for the tower, we have Overwatch Tower, which I would assume maybe the people following might be... Doesn't say, but in my mind it kind of makes me think of Soldier 76 and Reaper. The tower can be a devastating card to draw. It talks about a severe crisis, a total failure, and worse, a failure of your own making. The subject has built that tower on unstable ground, and because of that, everything has fallen to pieces. Very little of the situation is salvageable. Overwatch was flawed from the foundation, and its fall was tragic but inevitable. So yeah, it's Overwatch Tower because of the downfall of Overwatch. For the star, we have Diva for the Chinese New Year outfit for her. For the moon, the cards are slippery. For the moon, we have Symmetra. For the sun, we have Lucio, which I can definitely feel like that sun energy off him. Using music to fight. He's a DJ, you know. For judgment, we have Anna, who is the mother of Farah. And, of course, the feathers covering the eye, because she does end up with a eye patch later on. Because the image is of her beforehand. I remember when she came out and, like, literally, like, there was pictures and talk where it was, like, especially that one where it was, like, grandma, like, and she's just shooting milk for everyone having their cookies. She's a sniper, and she shoots the allies. When she shoots her allies, they heal, so. Okay, so for the world, we have Winston in the seat looking at Earth. Of Overwatch is back. So for the Ace of Credits, we have credits. Ooh, for the Two of Credits, we have Mercy and Moira. They both work together. Both scientists both work together. Mercy is very much seen image-wise being angelic, if you can't tell, while Moira has that darker side. For the Three of Credits, this would be, crap, I know the name of it, Blackwatch, I believe this is an image of. I know these are not in order by the book. Credits is in the back. Yeah, Blackwatch. Because I was like, that's Genji, McCree. Reaper down below. So Black Watch. It's the 3 of credits. The 4 of credits. It's not moving. Is Sombra, which that very much makes sense. Information is power. So for the 5 of credits, we have Chunkrat sitting in a throne being carried by Roadhog. For the 6 of credits, we have Lucio. The 7 of credits, we have Diva, playing some video games. For the 8 of credits, we have Zenyatta and Genji. The 9 of credits, this is, I think that's a Mercy skin, I would think. That's a Chinese New Year skin. Doesn't it actually say? The wings, though, makes me think it could be Mercy, but it doesn't look like Mercy, so I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I also don't play Mercy anyway. I never liked the style of Mercy. Whenever I would try playing healer, I would play as Zenyatta or Lucio. And I would probably try playing as Moira, since she's cool. So for the 10 of credits, we have Hanzo. For the page of credits, it's she was in the beginning again. It's Effie, yeah. Cause Effie's not the playable one. It's Orisa, who is the robot she created as the playable one. So I usually can't remember her name. Night of credits, we have Farah again. For the Queen, I think this is young Farah with her mom, Anna, is what it looks like. Yeah, because the queen is Anna. And so you don't really see her, but you do see her daughter, Farah. And then for the king, at Soldier 76, Jack Morrison. And then we go ahead and go to the cups, which are right here. So we have the Ace of Cups. So the aces were all done by the same person. Here's that 2 of cups I read earlier of Roadhog and Junkrat. I love it. So for the 3, we have who ends up becoming Reaper, Soldier 76, and Anna. So it's Jack, Anna, Gabriel. We have Moira for the 4 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. I think, is that Widowmaker? Looks like Widowmaker. Yes, it's Widowmaker. I saw the tattoo and I was like, pretty sure that's Widowmaker. So the 6 of Cups, I believe this might actually be, this is like the scene from the one cinematic with Soldier 76. The 7 of Cups is May. The 8 of Cups is McCree. So, for the 9, I'm obviously going to know everyone's. But it's Bridget, Reinhardt, and, oh crap, what's the name of her dad? I fucking know it. I just can't think of it. He is another character that I didn't really play. I don't really know the names of the characters that I've never really played. Crap, I can't think. Oh, come on. It didn't say in the book, that's why I'm just looking real quick. I need to find his name. I can't think of it. Torbjorn, that's what it is. Torbjorn. So it's with the Torbjorn family. I actually, I think his skin was, one of his legendary skin was like the first legendary skin I ever got. I was like, well, that sucks because I don't play him. I got the one biker skin. So in the Ten of Cups, we have, of course, Emily and Lena and Winston. I think that's how you pronounce Lena. I remember like seeing like so much about them like when it got like when it was shown and stuff, but I only follow a few blogs now. Oh, for the Page of Cups we have Bastion. In the Knight of Cups we have a young Reinhardt. The Queen of Cups is Mercy. Ooh. So the King of Cups is Symmetra. Then we have the Ace of Guns. So now we have Zarya for the Two of Guns. Here's May for the Three of Guns Chinese New Year outfit. And now, this one I'm looking at because I don't actually know his name, because I'm pretty sure this one isn't Zenyatta. I think this is the other one. I just don't remember his name. Mondada, that's his name. So the Five of Guns is... So you have Tracer, Mercy, and Reinhardt, and they're facing against one of the Bastions. Because Bastion, he is a robot, and he is one of... He's basically like the last one of like his kind, and he is different than the others because they were built as war machines. But he is not like that. Obviously. So we have the Six of Guns is Diva. Seven of Guns, this looks like May, I would think. No, that's Zarya. It's Zarya. I was like, because it almost looked like fire and ice, and I'm like, but that doesn't look like May. It's Zarya for one of her skins. I'm going to be right back. The piggies knocked over their house again. So they're kind of mad about it, so. Okay, so I moved their house over, so they should calm down a bit. Okay, so the Ace of Guns, we have Tracer. The Nine of Guns, we have Ana. The Ten of Guns, we have Soldier 76, sitting down in front of a statue of who used to be as Jack Morrison. The Page of Guns, I can't make out what this image is. I think that's a Pacific skin. Yeah, that's a skin of Orisa. I was like, I think it is, but it's hard to tell because that's a specific skin. So the Knight of Guns, we have Moira. The Queen of Guns, we have Bridget. I think it's like Bridget. I can't remember. Especially since I know a lot of people just kept saying Bridget like at the start, and then there's the whole it's this pronunciation. think even the voice actress was pronouncing it different than the creators. If I remember correctly, there was like a whole discussion on how you pronounce her name when she came out. The King of Guns, we have Reaper, which I think, because it almost looks like you have Reaper up here and then Gabriel down here. Who Gabriel, he ends up becoming Reaper. So we have the Ace of Swords. Here's Bastian as the Two of Swords. Now, Three of Swords, this makes very much sense with May and her backstory. So, which is interesting because it still has that whole heartbreak, but it's not like, I don't know, when I think of like the heartbreak, in more traditional Rider-Waite-Smith decks, it always makes me think of like a romantic heartbreak with just how it's drawn, with just a heart, but this goes with May's story and the flashing of the lights of, because her backstory is fucking depressing. She was part of one of the teams in Antarctica, and they were just supposed to take a rest in their pods, and she woke up way longer than what should have happened. And no one came for them, and she looks at all the other pods, and they malfunction, so she's the only survivor. And then, you know, she has to figure out how to get off of Antarctica. But, that would be the heartbreak, which is fucking, like, imagine, like, all your friends, basically almost like your family, and, like, you wake up, and you're the only survivor. That's what that card is. The Four of Swords, we have, yeah, that'd be Zenyatta. For the Five of Swords, we have Sombra. Here's McCree in the Six of Swords. And here's another Sombra in the Seven. Hanzo in the Eight of Swords. Which this is basically like the cinematic that this is I think, if I remember correctly, that's where he had killed his brother, but he's there in remembrance and honor of him. Okay, I'm right at the end. It died and I'm right at the end. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, which is Gabriel. Which direction was I putting these cards in? Then we have the Ten of Swords, the Soldier 76. The Page of Swords is Tracer. The Knight of Swords is Young Reinhardt. The Queen of Swords is Widowmaker. And the King of Swords is Doomfist. Which actually kind of makes me think of how the King of Swords is in my Justice League Tarot. Yeah, the cardstock is... trying to think. I know I have a deck with very similar cardstock. The feel and the gilding kind of makes me think of the Prismavisions, although this is a bit slippier. More slippy. But I would probably maybe compare it to that. I think it kind of makes me think of when I got the Light Visions and how slippery it was. I'm pretty sure I have another indie deck that has this slipperiness to it. I just can't think of it. If anything, I would probably compare the gilding, the cardstock, to Prismavisions, which is nice. Oh, and these are the backs, by the way. And then so you could see the slipperiness that is this. Woo! Like, they're very, very, very slippery. But that is fine. But yeah, that is all of the cards. Like, honestly, it makes me want to play Overwatch. I'm just not very good at it. I did not grow up playing anything shooter related. I've always been bad at shooter related things. I think the only games where I'm okay at are Mass Effect. But I also don't put it on like the hardest difficulty either. I'm also just not good at PvP usually stuff in general. PvP is usually not my thing. The only games I've really played PvP on, I liked the PvP in Guild Wars 2. And then I've played PvP in Final Fantasy 14, and I probably would play more. At least the one with like the giant groups of people. The Shatter style. I'd probably play more if people actually play PvP more in that game. Yeah, I don't mind it in that game. Guild Wars 2, I really liked the PvP actually in Guild Wars 2. And I didn't feel like I was complete shit at it, so. Anyway, the deck shuffles nicely. I don't riffle shuffle, so just doing a good old side shuffle. It shuffles very nicely. And yeah, I think I've covered about everything. I'm digging the deck. Literally the only thing that I could live without is the slipperiness, but I do know that it's not going to be too bad down the line, and I also usually end up getting used to it. But yeah, I really like it. And the artwork, even though each one's by like a different artist, they do blend very well, nicely together. Yeah, I think it's a great little old deck. Still kind of bummed I didn't get the Guild Wars 2 one. I didn't have money at the time. But I did kind of want it. Just because I don't play Guild Wars 2 now, but like I used to play Guild Wars 2, so it was would have been kind of like a, kind of thing. I know there is a group that's going to do a Final Fantasy 14 Major Arcana. I think they're going to do pre-orders Kickstarter in November. I think is what it had said. I'm following it on Tumblr now, so I'm looking forward to it. Like, really looking forward to it. Like, I don't even care that it's not a full deck, that it's just the majors. Like, yes. Like, I don't own any decks that are just majors only, but I will own the shit out of that deck. But yeah, anyway, this is the new Horizon Tarot. A completely Overwatch deck. And I am loving it. And all the artists, like, honestly, like, I can't think of any cards in this deck that I really don't like how they look. Like, I think they all look amazing. I probably have some favorites. Like, I love Winston as the Temperance. Like, just that one was right off the bat. Like, this is a great card of Genji. Like, this is such a fucking powerful card, though, considering what May's backstory is. Like, and just the art of it is just, and the distress on her face and the sadness. Like, ugh. Yeah, and then, of course, like, here's another one. I just, like, literally, like, when Overwatch first came out, was the whole May is Bae. Like, yeah. She's so freaking adorable. But yeah, I really like all the artwork. I think maybe, I'm not crazy about, like, this style, but again, like, it looks fine. It's not like I completely dislike it. It's usually just not my cup of tea, but with tarot decks, I'm always willing to branch it out anyway. Like, I don't hate any of the artwork in here. I don't, dislike any of the cards. I like it all, and they all go so nicely together, too. It's a really nice deck. Oh, wait, I can't remember. Because I was going through these. Who was the Knight of Cups again? Like, I literally gotta look. I wasn't, paying attention. I was just, I was paying attention to who was on the card and saying the title, but I wasn't paying attention to what the titles were, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so the Knight of Cups was... Oh, it was Reinhardt. I know it's Reinhardt takes up a lot of cards. It's just, the Knight of Cups is my favorite card, so... there's always that. That, and I also don't remember because I literally had to take breaks in between looking at just trying to get it all done before the camera dies again, because... Oh, it was that one. Yeah, that's okay. Not my favorite Knight of Cups, but I'm usually kind of picky about the Knight of Cups just because, like, that's my favorite card. Everyone's always picky when it comes to, like, their favorite card. Or at least those cards that are, like, the game changers for them when it comes to if they like a deck or not. So, for me, one of them is Knight of Cups. Then I would probably say... I usually look at the Death card. I look at the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, sometimes the 8 and the 10 of Swords. Mostly just the swords in general. Like, the darker cards are the ones where it's like, ooh, you know, because I just generally like those cards. But anyway, yeah, like I said, this is the New Horizon Tarot. Really great deck. I freaking love this box. And the box itself is just so fucking adorable. Like, it's nice and adorable, and I love it. I will definitely be using this for at least a week on one of the tags that I'm doing on Tumblr, because, come on, why wouldn't I? Yeah, that's it. That's it for the video. Although I don't know, I'll probably put it on one of my tarot cloths, because I have, like, literally a bunch of tarot cloths. This one I will keep with them, though. But, like, literally, like, I have a bunch of tarot cloths, so I'll be using, probably switching out these instead of using this one. Because I'm not really a fan of this kind of fabric, but I do think it's really cool that we ended up getting a tarot cloth. Since not everyone makes their own. Or can buy them. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for the video. I'm Des from Aro-Tarot, and I'm logging off, so bye!